Hey guys, Golden Spike Coin here. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit of story here while silver is down, and it's kind of an ironic story. So, what I want to preach to everybody, and I kind of follow it, kind of don't. If you don't have the money to pay for silver, gold, precious metals, or whatever, just buy what you can afford. And for the most part, I follow that. I do buy on the aspect. Hi, I'll be with you in one moment. I'll read the book in a moment. I'm talking to friends. So I buy mostly on the premise to resell for a profit. And obviously there's some risk in that because as you see, silver went down, excuse me, maybe about 350, 250, somewhere around there. And if you have a lot of money invested into it, like I don't necessarily buy hundreds of ounces, but you can find yourself in the red pretty quickly. And that also goes for like owning a coin shop and buying the gold, silver, that kind of thing. So that's why they pay. I just did another video on it. That's why they pay like $2-3 back of spot. Some places $5, and then if it's 90% coins, I've heard of even $10 behind a spot, just because the refiners are having a hard time melting the stuff down. There's not buyers for it. I think there's also a story about a major refiner sends the stuff to India, probably because of the labor and the chemicals used to melt down the 90%. But what I'm trying to get at is, before the spike, I bought a lot of silver on the premise to resell because it was such a good deal. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll buy this, not with the idea that I had all the money or I had the idea of saving it. And I was like, yeah, and I was able to use a credit card on it. So if you read that between the lines, you'll know where I bought it from. But reputable source. And so I bought it in the aspect of flipping it at like a coin show. Probably not on eBay because that's like 15% fees and like $5 shipping for most things. So I went that way and bought a bunch of it on the thought of like quickly flipping it for whatever 10% margin. And what I've been doing is and I don't suggest this, you can buy those like 0 APR 12-month credit cards with rewards points, and so you can kind of like double dip. You can put money on there for 12 months without APR, so it's kind of like it's not free loan, but it's a loan you need to pay back. And then I was like, so I bought it thinking I was going to quickly flip it. I was like, oh, silver's kind of going up. I'm going to hold on to this. And then it's mostly doubled or close to doubled. And then my idea was, well, if it's going to go up this much, I might as well hold on to it. Some people would probably say, oh, this is going to be the 2011 thing where it goes from like 50 to 25 or whatever that margin was. And I'm kind of more under the aspect of I'd like to hold on to it now. So, bye, Cobb. So I'm under the aspect of trying to save everything. And so what I've been doing is I've been flipping things on eBay really hard. And losing my train of thought here with distractions. Been flipping really hard. I also got some other like little side hustle businesses that I've been stressing a lot lately trying to get the money to pay it off. I have probably about 8 more months left till the APR ends to where I'll have to pay it back. But just the money looming over my head, and I think of coin shops and other things like that, brick and mortar coin shops, like they deal in hundreds of thousands of dollars. But like between my inventory and some of the silver I bought, like I had 5K sitting on the card, and I had other money available, but I was just keeping it to the side in case like a big deal came over, or a coin that I really wanted to flip came by or something like that. So most of that money was allocated towards what I owed on the zero APR credit card. But very blessed to finally have accumulated enough money through side hustles and selling inventory on eBay for Christmas and stuff like that, both coins and non-coin related, to be able to pay off that credit card. And I just want to share, like, it seems like a really good idea, but I think it's very stressful because you don't know if the money is going to come. You don't, with purchases. And January is kind of a weird month. People have their tax money, but also the economy is kind of going down a little bit too. But then you got the silver gold market. So, like, it's very complicated. But to have the money, and it's not paid off till I pay it off. I have the money in reserve, and I'm about to pay it off. But, yeah, it's stressful. And if you don't have the money, and with my situation, I just am starting this coin channel, starting a coin online, like, appointment business. Not a whole lot of, I won't go into the specifics of our family income, but not a whole lot of money to fool around with. So like $5,000 is a lot to us. We're simple people. But it feels really good to have the money. And now that I say that, I'm going to have to pay it off because it's truly not paid off yet. But to be able to get that off my mind and stress and constantly thinking how I can make a sale to make it go away kind of thing. Because and if it really came down to it, if I owed money on that credit card, I think you can look into the fine print. I think sometimes you can transfer the balance. I don't suggest any of this. It's just a way to make you spend more. But at least with like coins and silver, most of that stuff isn't going to lose money or value. You can usually come out the same or just lose a little bit. But you could transfer the balance to another zero APR and rinse and repeat. I don't suggest any of this. Obviously, to make the world go around, if you own a business, sometimes you have to take out loans. But yeah, I would mostly just suggest buy what you can afford, sell what you can afford. Don't buy big coins on credit because you just don't know if they're going to sell, and if you're really desperate to sell them, you might take them for a loss. But I mean, that's the name of the game, especially if you run a business. But there are hold on, almost done. But if you are looking for a way to possibly have, let's keep our hands out of there, it's yucky. If you're looking for a way to have financial backing, that is an idea, but you're also looking at like 20-30% APR after that's all said and done with. So not financial advice, do your research, but that is one way to gain financial backing. And as you can see, it's very stressful. Some people would say, oh, you're not supposed to be a coin dealer if that's stressful. But with my situation, I just like to pay things off. And it's like Robert Kiyosaki when he was, forget how much money in debt he was, 50K, 100K, and this was like 30 years ago. The stress made him pay off the money, and he said otherwise he would have never paid it off. So there's some people that buckle under stress. There's some people that perform better under stress, and I guess mixed with experience and the time of the year, Christmas, and me being stressed to pay it off, I now have the money to pay it off. So there you go. Personal financial story for you guys. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about their finances, which is fair enough, but that's my experience. If you don't need to do like a 0 APR credit card, I suggest it. Golden Spike Coin, over and out. See ya.